Hello and welcome to the Daily Newcastle podcast. It's back, we're back. Champions League is back, baby.
Yes.
It's a girls only. I kind of kicked Ian out because I just needed to get it done this evening. So I'm really sorry, Ian. Love you when you listen to this tomorrow morning. But I am joined by my girl, Jo. How are you?
I am awesome.
Awesome.
How amazing was that, watching that kind of draw and actually giving a damn, unlike last year when we would just
Absolutely.
learn the new format. So at least this time we've took the time to actually sit and listen to the format. And it's pretty cool. I'm excited about
The
this.
new format still confuses me though. Gotta be honest.
It's
a lot
different.
going on.
I'll give them that.
There's a
Yeah.
lot going on. Also, we had to make, if that Champions League tune sounds a little bit thingy, it's because we had to make do because I couldn't download it to the computer. So Joe played it through her phone, but I think it sounded fine.
Straight from Apple Music.
Straight from Apple Music. Yeah. Not sponsored in any way, by the way.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored by Apple Music in any way. Anyway, a lot's gone on. It's wouldn't be Newcastle United if the lot hadn't gone on in the last, not even 24 hours. I'm going to say the last hour because things have ramped up. So obviously we are going to cover the Champions League draw that we've all been waiting for because our boys are back in the mix of that this year. So we'll cover our home fixtures and our away fixtures, and then we will discuss a signing that has come out of absolutely nowhere. I'm just gonna, put that out there.
That's all
And
we're saying.
that's all I'm going to say on that one. And I suppose we better discuss Leeds on Saturday.
We'll finish with that a
We
little
do
bit.
have a game on Saturday. Keep forgetting.
Mhm.
Right, let's kick this off. Should we go through the home fixtures first? Because I'm pretty pleased.
Yeah, let's do it.
Before all this, by the way, everyone, Joe put a message in of the earlier on about the potential pots and who we would, quite like to see,
We
I
want,
guess,
basically.
who we want.
Especially at home, I guess, yeah.
Especially at home. Now, I'm just going to quickly scroll up in the chat because there was a lot of mixed opinions. So, Joe had said for the home fixtures, she would like Barcelona, Juventus, Napoli, and Monaco. Ian said PSG, Juventus, Paphos, and I can't read that one, Bodo Glint.
Yeah.
And then Kev sent a whole damn listing. He said Juventus for home, Galatasaray home, PSV, and Real. Where is it? Real H he's put, but I'm trying to find. What did he say?
Wasn't that Madrid he wanted?
I don't know. He's put Real
No?
H, but I think he might mean Madrid.
That's a typo, yeah.
Yeah, definite typo. Yeah, sorry guys. And then I put, Michael put Barcelona at home, Juventus home, Bodo Glimt at home, and Paphos at home. And then I said I would love Real Madrid, Juventus, Napoli, and Copenhagen, and then quickly changed my mind to Monaco, actually. But would have also loved Barcelona. And here we go. Newcastle in the their 4 home Champions League fixtures are Barcelona from pot 1, Benfica from pot 2, PSV from pot 3, and Athletic Club from pot 4. How are we feeling?
I'm absolutely buzzing for that, man. I'm
Me
not going to
too.
lie. I'm all about the 90s nostalgia for Barcelona at home. So I even said the other day, because they're like, oh, who do you want? And I was like, Barcelona at home. They're like, who else do you want? And I was like, I don't even care. Like, I just want Barcelona at home. So when I saw, right at the start, Barcelona away came out for Chelsea, I'm like, hang on a second. Right, slow it down a bit. We need to have them at home sort of thing. But no, honestly, over the moon with Barcelona at home. And to be fair, if you look at the other kind of teams as well, aside from the excitement of the Barca game, Benfica, PSV and Athletic Club, happy with them as well. I'll be honest, I'm happy with the whole draw, to be fair, but we'll just obviously do home first. But yeah, I think I'm so buzzing about the Barca thing that, I'm all in for that, man. Yeah.
So I said Real Madrid because I know people don't work like this, but if I was to have a Spanish team, it would always be Real Madrid. And I was like that from even when I was younger. When we used to go to Spain on holiday, it would always be the Real Madrid kits.
Barca are my Spanish team, so yeah, I get that. Don't worry.
So loved, just loved them when I was a kid. And obviously, so I wasn't too mad. I remember Michael doing a podcast a couple of months ago when it was the predicted pots, and it was when Celtic and that were predicted to be obviously in the Champions League, and obviously we haven't made it. So, and he done something like this, and I remember saying I wouldn't be mad if we had Barcelona and Real Madrid at home because, yes, we want to go far in Champions League, but this is what it's about. It's about getting involved with the big boys. And
Isn't it?
Honestly, I think we were there when it was PSG at home, and
Unbelievable.
unbelievable. The Dortmund atmosphere was good, but the PSG one was just even
It was
better.
next level, wasn't it? Yeah.
Next level. Yeah, absolute goosebumps even thinking about it. So the fact that we've got Barcelona coming for a wee trip to St. James Park, the cathedral on the hill, makes me excited. Makes me really
Where's
excited.
Tino? Can we bring Tino back for one match?
I
The
cannot wait.
50-odd-year-old Tino. Can you do some backflips, right? It'll be fine.
I cannot wait. Obviously, I haven't actually paid any attention to what every other team got. The only thing I do know is that good old Mr. Trent will be going back to Anfield. I'm sure that's going to be nice and awkward. But yeah, so that's Barcelona. Obviously, we're excited about that. We haven't got obviously the fixture dates yet, but I'm hoping we can be there together at that one. Benfica, PSV, Athletic Club. If I was to pick, obviously I know I didn't pick them, but they are another 3 fixtures that I'm not entirely dreading.
No.
At all. So yeah, I'm excited.
No, I am. Should be good.
Yeah, definitely. And then we'll cover away. So we have PSG again, Bayern Leverkusen, Marseille, and Union SG. And I'm saying SG because I don't actually know how to pronounce. And I'm not going to make a fool of myself, so the boys can take the mick. So yeah, they are our away fixtures. I hate to be that person, but I can't believe we've got PSG away again.
Well, the second it came out, I was just like, payback. We need payback for what happened in Paris 2 years ago. So no, I'm happy with PSG. I'll be honest. Yeah, I mean, I wanted. No. I'm saying I wanted someone else now. Yeah, all right. Real would have been nice. But
Yeah,
no, honestly, I'm happy with PSG, and if we can get any level of payback on what happened last time, then bring it on. However, as we all are aware, and what people keep saying is they're a better team now, even though they had the mighty Mbappe there. But Mbappe is nothing against the tune. So what are you gonna do?
Well, it doesn't. Yeah, one player doesn't make a club, as we have
apparently
really learned
apparently
a couple of weeks. Eddie Howe's Mags Champions League. I don't know what to really say about it.
I know.
It's a really and obviously when we got it, we secured it in back in May, obviously whenever it was when the Premier League ended. It was obviously a great feeling to be back in the mix, and obviously it took me right back to 2 years ago when it happened. It never feels real until obviously, you just said the same, like you sat down to watch the draw and you can hear the music. I'm like, oh my God, yeah, we're actually going to hear that at St. James Park again. And it honestly gives me
so special, man.
Yeah.
It is.
So special. So how are you feeling about it as to be back in the Champions League in the mix? Home away fixtures obviously have been announced. It's a brand new Champions League format, obviously, because they can't keep things simple. How do you think we'll do?
I'm saying we're getting through the group stages on that.
Me too.
On the surface. Come on. We've got to have some level of confidence. We're about to sign this new guy that we'll talk about later in the pod, apparently, which came out of nowhere. But then again, so did all other big ones, didn't they? Isak came out of nowhere. Tonali came out of nowhere. Bruno essentially came out of nowhere. So I say bring it on. But I'll not say his name right now. But yeah, we'll talk about him soon. Because to be fair, by the time people are listening to this pod, right, imagine if he's like already in Newcastle doing his medical, so we're all sitting there going, don't say his name.
Yeah,
I think it's like old news now. He's already on his way. But no, like going back to the matches, it's just, I just love seeing this. And I'm quite excited by the new format. I won't lie, last year I was not enamoured by it. I think it's just breaking from tradition and stuff. You're so used to seeing that old format that I was like, oh no, what they're doing, they're messing with it, they're bringing too many teams in. This league format will never work. However, when it started, it kind of was quite exciting, and I really got into it as the games went on. So now that we're included in it, it's going to be even more exciting, right? But yeah, I think we've got a decent draw there. So we've got obviously some decent teams to play against, but some very winnable games when we're on one.
Massive.
On our top form, I should say, when I say one on one. But yeah, as I say, I mean, the only disappointment was I wanted Juve again, but these are all just personal preferences,
Exactly.
It's nothing, no other main reason. But yeah, honestly, I'm happy with this lineup, both home and away.
Me too. Yeah, not mad about it whatsoever. And it's like last time when we obviously got the death group, I still wasn't really mad then, because I was like, well, if you're going to make your Champions League entrance again, you might as well do it the right way. And that's what we've done. And we surprised teams, as we've seen. So yeah, that's the Champions League draw. Obviously we haven't got the fixtures yet. That'll be probably a separate episode where we cover off when they're coming up.
Probably Sunday, won't it? So Saturday we're going to get Saturday the thing. So we'll do the pod on Sunday. So Monday you guys will listen to us rabbit on about that one.
Yeah, I don't know when. I think the fixtures are released this week.
Saturday, they said. They said at the start of the draw, yeah. They said they were going to do it on Saturday, yeah. So
perfect. Right, I'll tell you what we'll do. We will break for the first ad, and then we will come back and discuss this brand new signing, apparently.
Your body is unique. And Global Sports Podcast Network has partnered with Bioniq, the world's most personalised supplements. Bioniq provide 100% tailor-made supplements designed to deliver precisely what your body needs at exactly the right levels to optimise your health. No guessing. So click the link in the show notes. Use the code GSPN 2025 for 40% off your first month's subscription. Bioniq. Don't settle for off-the-shelf solutions made for just anybody. Get what's right for you right now.
We're back. Thanks, Ken. Lovely stuff.
Cheers.
So we've been in the headlines for the last 5 weeks, 6 weeks, what feels like about a year. For obvious reasons, I'm going to try and not bang on about him too much, but he obviously will need to be spoken about in relation to this signing. We have apparently, it's on Sky Sports, Fabrizio Morano has done his breaking news, not here we go, but breaking news, of a £64 million bid in, which is around about 80 million euros, I think, for Nick Voltermay. I think that's how you pronounce it, everyone.
As good as it's going to get.
Striker. Apparently, he spoke to Eddie Howe. It's pretty much a done deal. He is literally on his way, or will be on his way for his medical, and hopefully will be signed before the weekend. Not to play, but just before the weekend. And yeah, that has come out of absolute nowhere, to the point where we were texting about the Champions League fixtures, and then that got announced, and I couldn't keep up with what's going on. How are we feeling about that one? Because I'm like, wow, where's that come from?
Yeah, you know what it is? We joked about this earlier in the window, when nothing was happening.
Yep.
That we would probably just pull a total Newcastle and pull someone out of the hat, like we did, like I've just mentioned, with Isak, with Tonali, with Bruno. So we've done it so many times over the years, and are we really going to do it again? Because it's looking pretty solid already that we are going to potentially do it again. And it seems like a canny deal, man. So I've tried to jump straight on and find out a bit about this guy. Because I'm not going to sit here and say, oh yeah, Big Nick. Know all about Big German Nick. We're good. We know all about him. No, we don't. But his stats seem decent. I mean, last season in the league, he's got 28 matches, 12 goals. In the cup, 5 matches, 5 goals. If I'm reading that right. Solid performance there. And yeah, so based on that alone, obviously it's not very much. He is only 23, but I like that as well. He's only 23, so it's kind of playing to how we want to be signing players, isn't it? We're not going in for the older ones. All right, he's not Premier League proven, but I'm getting a little bit bored of. We have to buy someone Premier League proven. Why? Why do we have to do it? Because you know why? The prices are inflated. And I know before anyone says anything, they'll be like, well, he's all about to spend 64 plus add-ons for this guy. Yeah, but who's to say this is inflated? Maybe this is what this guy's worth. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And what I did pull up, by the way, when I was looking for the stats, it was almost nailed on only a week ago that he was going to be going to Bayern Munich, or they were really pushing for it, and they were expecting a deadline day deal to be done.
Yeah.
But again, then it was going to be left, and then maybe it would happen next year. So isn't that so interesting that was only happening a week ago? Now we are this close to signing him, and he's going to be in his medicals in the next 24 hours. So
well, I'm just reading here.
I kind of love it, I do love that there's been no kind of drag on this. I do.
Me too. I'm just reading here that Voltermay will travel to the northeast on Thursday, so when people listen to this, yesterday, and will undergo a medical on Friday, which will be today when this episode obviously is aired. We are set to sign him ahead of Bayern Munich, who had multiple offers rejected for the forward this summer. He had a desire to work with Eddie Howe and play in the Premier League. That is just what you want. You want people to come.
Take that all day.
I'll take that all day than someone who's on strike and refusing to play.
Sayonara, Isak.
Yeah,
Pack your little
absolutely.
suitcase.
Yeah, bye.
Your dog.
We will cover him in a second.
We will.
But I do just want to say, sorry, I'm just trying to get up something that I wrote down. Where is it? So, despite the Isak drama, which is still obviously ongoing, Ramsdale, Elanga, Ramsey, Chow, and Voltermay. That is a pretty decent window. What can we complain?
It
Well,
is.
we have a lot to complain about, but not in relation to that. What
Yeah.
that is
Look,
pretty impressive.
take the Isak situation out. I think we've had this conversation in another pod, haven't we? That really, it hasn't been that bad a window. It's just the Isak thing has torn everything apart. It's made everything look ridiculous. It's made us a laughingstock on social media because
100%.
social media is so kind anyway. But no, in the grand scheme, even before we're signing this guy, we said that really it hasn't been that bad a summer. If we sign this guy, I would say it's now been a very good summer. If we can then get this guy plus, I don't think Lawson's happening, by the way, no matter how many times that we're apparently going back in for him, because Wolves are really digging their heels in. I cannot see that happening. Whether Vissa leaves or whether he just gives up and stays there, that's to be seen as well. But at least he started training with them again. So, unlike Isak, when everyone was calling us hypocrites, unlike Isak, Vissa has actually started training with the team and most likely will play the next match if he's not sold. He'll probably then play the next match for Brentford, won't he? Because it is a bit of a different situation going on. But if we can sign this guy, happy days. If we can sign this guy and someone else, and Isak can get gone, we'll be happy as hell. I'm sorry,
Okay.
come on.
Yeah, I really love when Newcastle make a signing out of the blue, out of nowhere.
Yeah.
No one's ever got a sniff of it, and then all of a sudden it's
Feels more
bam,
special, doesn't it?
here we go.
Mm.
Yeah. And like we have been the laughing stock this past couple of weeks. We've all been emotionally invested, and we've, the Liverpool entirety fan base has
pleasurable.
had absolute pleasure. Yeah, and it's just going to get worse when he does eventually sign. But I do love when Newcastle make a signing out of nowhere, which then in turn turns to be, I mean, I'm not going to lie, my uncle has just messaged me whilst we've been here saying, if you're on your podcast, this is an absolute sensational signing.
Kidding.
And he knows his football knowledge.
Yeah, happy
so do
days.
I, but my uncle really.
I mean, for that price,
knowledge.
right? You're going to expect something decent at the end of the day. As soon as you see that sort of level of price, he's not going to be garbage, is he? You know what I mean? As the Americans would say, playing up to you guys right now. But yeah, like, come on. But no, seriously, come on. If you're throwing figures like that around, again, going back to what I'm saying about a non-Premier League proven player, you've got to expect that he's got to be worth that if we're going straight in with that as well. Because we've been messing around with lower prices for the likes of this and everything. So if we're going straight in with that, we obviously value this player and we obviously see the value in him and see the potential in him moving forward. So bring it on. And I'm loving what you're saying right there. So
yeah,
fantastic.
And we've banked on non-Premier League players before. Okay, yeah, one has let us down a little bit, but with his attitude. But they've all proven, even Isak, they've all proven to absolutely excel under Eddie Howe. So I have absolutely no doubt that this guy he wants to play for Eddie Howe. So give the man what he wants. That's what I say.
Yeah. Hey, we're a sucker for a good story there. He wants to play for us. That's all we need to hear. Thank you.
We were welcome to. Next question
we're easily pleased.
We are, because the GSPN main season chat has been going off this afternoon, because obviously that news has broken that we're signing that gentleman, Nick Voltermay. So my next question, because who knows, does this mean Isak will be going, or is this someone that we're getting in as well as, I mean, I feel delusional saying this and people are going to say this, but who knows? Are we going to keep Isak until January next year? What is it? Is he a replacement so Isak can now go, or do we keep them both? Because technically, in my eyes, we still need a replacement for Callum Wilson.
We do, but this guy's more. This guy's not a replacement for Wilson. That's not price. Not. That's not a replacement for Wilson. So this is where I'm a bit torn on exactly what you're asking, because I know exactly what you're asking there. So essentially, right, you're saying if we sign this guy and we sign nobody else, do we let Isak go, yeah?
Is he going?
And you know how many times I've said no and let him rot, don't you? So I'm almost going to backtrack on everything I've said for the past month because I've been in an over-emotional state. But you know what it is? I'm so sick of everything that's gone on with Isak and the toxicity and the fact that he said that he's not playing for it anyway, and the fact that I really can't see him really fully being accepted back into the team. some of the fan base might, but I'm not going to lie, I won't. I'm done with him. I can't imagine all the players will fully accept him. I said the other day, I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall if the likes of Big Joe, Bruno, anyone that has to be in a room with him at any time soon. Now, he hasn't seen any of these guys for weeks now. Can you imagine what it's going to be like? It's not as simple as, he's not just going to walk back in. They'll be like, oh, you all right, mate? Yeah, come on, let's go. Let's just go play ball. No way, man. You've seen the emotion against Liverpool on these players. They care. They care about this club. There's no way they're letting that guy just walk back in. So because I can't see him being integrated back in, even if we only buy in Big Nick, as I'm calling him, Big Nick, Big German Nick. But no, seriously, I would sell Isak. Because you know what, right? Just let them have him. I'm done. I'm so done with it. And I know what they'll be like, oh, look, he belongs. I saw stuff like, bring him home. I was like, mate, bring him home. He's never lived in Liverpool, man. How's he coming home? I hate that saying, when someone's not from somewhere or they've never played somewhere before. Bring him home. Dude, he's might never even been to Liverpool unless he's played against you stupid fools, but never mind. But yeah, no. I'm now at this point for selling him, getting a ton of money in, and really helping our PSL problems moving forward at this point. Because
let's be honest, £64 million, I know it's more in euros, that's a bargain in football terms.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's still a lot of money.
Well, it's just beating what we paid for Isak, isn't it? And if he turns out to be as good as Isak, or we can turn him into an Isak-like player,
and better,
fantastic. But we've got a hell of a lot of change coming in if we sell Isak.
Yeah, so my mind went to, when I seen that come through, I thought Isak's gone, which is great news because hopefully that means 130 million plus. If we accept anything less than that, then we are fools. 130 million plus. We've got obviously our striker coming in. I genuinely think we make one more sign-in before the transfer window's done. Look at this. This one came out of nowhere. So generally,
who's to say we haven't got another one lined up?
Who's to say Eddie Howe's not, doing Eddie Howe things?
Who's to say Jamie Vardy isn't going to sign on a free? I'm just being stupid now. Sorry.
True.
Hey, he's a Wilson. He's a Wilson replacement, right?
Who's to say Callum Wilson's not on his way back?
Can you imagine? West Ham are like, we've changed our mind. It's fine.
Whether that means, I think you're right. I think the Vista deal is dated. I think he's back training with Brentford now. I mean, how he's shown his face.
As much as he wants to come.
I know. I don't know how he's shown his face after that. The only other one. Has. True. Yeah, at least he's potentially owned up. I don't know, but
his words, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. We will see over the next. When does the transfer window show? Over the weekend, next week.
Monday, isn't it?
Monday, Tuesday. We will see what happens because I am going to be shook to my core, and I mean it. If we have managed to sign a new striker and keep Isak.
He'll be hilarious. That would be the funny thing. As much as I'm saying sell him, right, it would still be funny to keep him just to pay him off. Because at the end of the day, honestly, I still don't want him to get what he wants as much as I'm saying sell him, right? I was trying to think more cleverly with the money, but I still don't want him to get what he wants.
No, me either. And this is my problem. I don't know if my problem is maybe more because he's going to a Premier League club. And I think I have quite I know a lot of people do, but I think my personal opinion on that is like, I know it's not how football works, but I don't know how you could sell your best asset to a rival. You're literally like, I would rather him go abroad. I know you could potentially face them in the
I wouldn't be as bothered.
League, but I wouldn't be as bothered if you turn around and said, guys, I want to go to Real Madrid or PSG. I'll be like, do you know what?
Bye.
Fair play, see ya. Like I said in the pod before, I don't mind he wants to go. Well, I do obviously mind he wants to go to Liverpool, but I understand why he wants to leave. He just has gone about it in the wrong way. So that's where I'm at. We'll obviously check in again next week when we see who we've got rid of or who we've kept, and see how we go. What are we on? Got 10 minutes left. I suppose we better talk about the weekend fixture.
Let's go.
Let's go. Sorry, do you have anything else to add on the last part?
No, and I don't really want to talk about him anymore. So because we've literally had a fill of him, haven't we? Really?
Let's hope he doesn't still stay signed to Newcastle because I'm like, perfect. Right, we have got Leeds on Saturday.
We've got Leeds.
We've got Leeds. I really like Leeds. I don't know why. I just love every time people talk about them.
I don't like Leeds.
Do you
My dad likes Leeds. No.
I've got a bit of a soft spot for them. I don't know why.
No.
I won't
I
win
laughed when they went out of the cup the other day.
Well,
no, I like, honestly, my thing was the other day, I was like, get in, the Mackhams are out, Leeds are out, Man U are out. I was like, this is brilliant. I was all up for it. Yeah, this is just brilliant.
Amarim, let's put it that way.
Yes.
Yeah, that was shocking. I wish we could talk about that. I still need to listen to the Man United podcast from last night. Right.
We should watch them, I know.
I think I might.
Right. Leeds.
We are off the back of a 3-2 defeat from our lovely Scouse friends, whereas which we didn't deserve to lose, by the way. And Leeds, who Joe doesn't like, but I do, are coming off the back of a 5-0 smashing from Arsenal. So
and then a cup loss.
And a cup loss. Apologies, yeah.
Right.
So how we're feeling going into the weekend? Obviously, we've only got 1 point from 6 from the last 2. Arguably, Monday night's game we should never have lost that. But anyway, that's football for you. And obviously, we put on a pretty impressive performance against Villa on the first game. So yes, we've got 1 point from 6. We're obviously still strengthening our team. We haven't had an update yet on some injuries, which I'm a bit nervous about, because we had 3 players sort of go off.
Quiet, isn't it?
A bit too quiet for my liking, and obviously Mr. AG10 is on a 3-game ban. What are we thinking?
So Asula starting up front, Barnes on the left. I know I bleed on about it, but we need to put Murphy back on the right.
I agree.
Big Joe's out, apparently, because his wife, whatever, was talking about how he wouldn't be going away and playing for Brazil, which means he's going to be out for the Leeds game, obviously. But it was expected. It looked like a muscle injury or whatever. They were saying it's nothing too bad, but he should be back after the international break. Fine. So then we've got Bruno in the middle. I don't know what's going on with Tonali. So then where's the update on his shoulder?
Yeah.
Obviously, Cher should be out due to the concussion, even though it's been a week. I don't even know exactly how these work, but they talk about how he will be out. But you know what? Bring in Chow. I'm absolutely fine with that. So I'm not that sad about the defensive side of things because we've now got enough backup, enough ammunition at the back anyway. So yeah, more be like what the middle of the park looks like. I would expect Miley to start.
Yeah, me too.
And Jacob Ramsey, perhaps.
I would quite like to see him start. I know he came on. Also, just on him.
Start,
yeah, I think. Obviously, I know it's really early days, and people are going to be like, "Oh, shut up." He's another player that I think is just going to thrive under Eddie Howe.
Yeah. He's got the potential to, yeah. He's very
100%.
Willock-esque, though, isn't he? So I'm hoping he's not, because Willock has had a bad injury run, bless him, but in terms of his style of playing and kind of anything else, he's, again, Willock-esque is what I'm calling it. But yeah, look, when it boils down to it with Leeds, right, we should beat them. If we can play with half the passion, which we need more than half, by the way, but even half the passion that we showed against Liverpool, and even against Villa, to be fair, because we did have a good game against Villa. Obviously, Liverpool was next level. But if we can even play as well as we did against Villa, just actually put away some chances is the main thing as well. But that's where you've got to start the likes of Asula up front. Give him a chance. We've got no choice at this point but to give him a chance.
Yeah,
he came on and he did all right in the last 15, well, it ended up being 25 minutes against Liverpool. But look, I know it's easy to say because Leeds have just had a smashing off Arsenal and then obviously lost in the cup. But it really is a game we should be winning. It's as simple as that. It is kind of a really important game. I think it's going to be a bit scrappy. Leeds are a kind of physical team, aren't they, really, as well? So they're not just going to roll over for us either. So it will be interesting who we start with, but who I've just said there, that's who I would like to see starting, I've got to be honest. And as such, I would expect some goals and more passion, and yes, absolutely a win.
Me too. I obviously we'll find out tomorrow about the injuries. I always worry about like when teams are coming off the back of like a 2-game run and loss. I'm thinking, oh god, they're going to be. But on paper, I know it's easier said than done. On paper, that is a game that we should hopefully be winning. And obviously, we can't even criticise the lads at all because on Monday night they were just electric. They're just a
unbelievable,
lucky last-minute goal, as always against them. I am going to say the same as you. I think we win. I think we should win, and I think we need to win. What was I going to say about a certain someone? Obviously, can't remember. So obviously not that important.
Was it a Leeds player? Was it?
No, I can't remember. It's going to annoy me. Oh, you know when you have a thought on the tip of your thing?
It's one of those. It'll come to you later and you'll be dropping me a text like, damn it.
Yeah, I should have said this. Obviously, we'll get an update on all injuries. We're going to definitely have no AG10. This is what I was going to say. I think Leeds is the perfect game for Osula to start. I think it's the perfect fixture.
Yeah.
I think it is the perfect
I think
fixture.
it was going to be regardless of what happened with Gordon anyway, because we've been calling for Gordon to go back out left, and Barnes, unfortunately, did not have a great first game. And he was one of the worst, if not the worst, against Liverpool. I feel bad saying that because the whole team really worked great, and like it was a lot of a very impassioned kind of performance, like we say. But if you're going to boil it down and pick out your worst, it would again, I would have dropped Barnes off in that sense. Yeah. So regardless of Gordon's card, I would have liked to have seen Gordon on the left and Osula in the middle, but that's fine. Barnes can stay out on the left, and we'll have Osula in the middle. But
we'll do something. I'm sure Eddie's got something up his sleeve. We'll do something. We've got no choice. Plot twist if Isak walks out in a number 9 shirt. Can you imagine? Can you imagine the downpour? Oh God, I know we want him to go, but honestly, I can't even say this word on the podcast, but the absolute madness if he just randomly walks out.
I think I would pee myself laughing if he did.
I'd be like, Newcastle had everyone's pants down.
He's like, I'm messing with you.
Absolutely, absolutely hilarious. Right, we'll do some score predictions.
Cool.
I'm going to nick Ian's one because he's not here. Yeah, I'm being brave because he can't tell me off. Well, he can, but
he can't. But he was supposed to be on this pod, and he would have picked 3-1.
Yeah, I'm going to go for 3-1. I think it's going to be 3-1.
Obviously, he would have picked 3-1.
Obviously. Yeah. Duh.
Should we allocate? We'll allocate him a new score. He's going to now pick 4-1. Yeah. He's going to go ultra positive.
Yeah.
I'm going to go 2-0.
Perfect.
I think we'll stay tight at the back.
Lovely. That's it. That is it. We've had a lot to cover. I feel like I've not done a very great job of covering everything there, but there we go.
It's been great, man. We've covered everything. It's good.
Champions League's back. We've got our home fixtures. We've got our away fixtures. We've made a new signing, which I think is just about a done deal. And we've got Leeds on Saturday. Leeds. We'll be back on. Will it be Monday now? Won't it?
Yes.
It'll be Monday with a post-match review. Until then, leave comments. Let us know what you think we could do content-wise, and that is it. We are done. We are off out. It has been lovely to speak to you, Jo. Thank you.
Absolute pleasure, my darling. Bye. I can't stop it.
That's just a little end from us with this on top.
Oh no, not the dance tune.
Your daily soccer podcast.
Oh my God.
With the Global Sports Podcast Network.